Hi everyone, I'm one of the Mountain House High School counselors. I am going to be showing you some information on community service. I will go over this PowerPoint and then show you a little bit on our Aries demo account and then our website so we can know more about how to log hours, where to find hours, and all of that fun stuff. So entering service hours is something that all Mountain House High School students are going to be required to do. They have to complete 40 hours of community service before they graduate. So we recommend completing, if you look on Aries, we recommend completing 10 hours per year. That is actually how we break up the hours. It's more so that you guys can see that it can be broken up and it doesn't all have to be 40 hours within 1 year. It makes it much more manageable and easier to look at so that students do not get stressed out. So if you were to complete 40 hours in your freshman year, that is totally fine. You don't have to complete 10 your sophomore, junior, and senior if you've already done the 40. And if you haven't done the 10 your freshman year, yes, it is recommended to break it up that way, but you're still on track to graduate. We just need you to complete 40 by the time you are close to the end of your senior year, usually around the due date of end of March, beginning of April. More about community service is on our website at this link below. So you'll be able to access that. It's all under counseling, so you can access that there. And this PowerPoint will actually be put up for you as well. So help with finding hours. Counselors, we don't have a list of organizations for you guys that are currently accepting volunteers. So we will direct you to our website that has a justserve.org link, and that's where you can find organizations. You can call places that you're interested in volunteering at, and sometimes the district does have volunteer opportunities for students. If we hear any of that information, we send it out to you guys, or Miss White sends it out. Someone from the school will send it out to you guys through Aries communication or through email. So you guys will have that information if the district has any opportunities. Keep in mind that if the district does have opportunities, for instance, around Halloween, sometimes they have stuff. Those do fill up pretty quickly. So keep that in mind as well. This is a link to our volunteer opportunities on our website. So if you were to just click that, it would bring you to the justserve.org. I'll show you more about what that's going to look like as the link on our website as we finish up this presentation. But essentially, it will bring you to this page. This Just Serve logo is what we have on our website for you to just click on, and it will bring you here. You basically can put in a zip code or city that you are interested in doing hours in, and then you search that city and some hours come up. So here's some organizations near that zip code that was entered in, and you can kind of go through that and schedule for when you are going to do hours at those organizations. The next part of this process is entering all of this stuff into Aries. So the main thing for all of this is that we enter our hours into Aries. But for step one, we always advise students to keep their own records. So whether that's notes on their phone, whether that is a paper copy of their organization, the date and hours that they have done, along with supervisor information, that is great. Sometimes Aries may have something funky going on and delete hours. So you always want that hard copy of your hours. And sometimes you don't enter your hours right away. So you want to refer to that hard copy so that you can make sure that you're entering everything accurately. Another thing that we will go over is creating a new service learning recipient. And the last thing would be adding hours to your approved organizations. So like I had mentioned, keep your own records of hours. This is super helpful when it comes to logging into Aries. So you may not log it right after you complete the hours. If you do, that is awesome. But if you don't, it's always nice to have some sort of log, either on your phone, on a piece of paper, somewhere where you can keep those records in the case that you forget what day and times that you have done hours. So those hours do not get lost. There's a link to a log template on here if you would need it. Like I said, this will be posted on our website, so you will be able to have access to this log template. And things that you should put is your organization name, address, all of your information for your supervisor, and then the start and end dates of service, the hours of your service, and a description of the service that you have done. So creating a new learning recipient. This is where it sometimes gets tricky. So you're going to need to get into your Aries account. Um, there's plenty of Aries login portal links on the school website that you can look at. There's also one linked right here. I, again, will show you the school website, and I will show you through the demo account how to create a new service learning recipient if you're a little bit confused. So once you logged into your account, the login kind of looks like this. It'll say Lammersville School District. You definitely want to make sure that it says that, because if you were to search Aries on Google, you may get another school's Aries. So make sure that it is our Aries and that it comes from our website. And once you've logged in, you're going to see this section over here. This is what a student Aries dashboard looks like. If you were to scroll down in this section, you'll see a service learning tab that looks like this one on the lower left of my screen. And if you were to click that, it pops up this thing where it says Alex Abbott. This is the demo students service learning log. Now I want to show you on the demo account that we have, the log. To help you out with finding that. So student info, and then you will go to service learning. And this is what your service learning board will basically look like. What you can do is these are your service learning recipients. So Domino's Pizza, if your organization is pending approval, it will have this right here. You cannot log hours in unless your organization is approved. So if your organization is not approved yet, you're not going to go click service learning log because it will not let you add hours in, okay? If your organization is approved, it will look something like this, okay? And then you can go to this little tab, the service learning log, and go ahead and add hours. If you want to add a new service learning recipient, you're going to go here. If you have a pre-approved organization that's already in this list, you can go ahead and click it, click use selected. It will pop up all of this information. You will only need to put your start date, end date, and your service reflection. That is pretty much what you will do if the learning recipient is already in these pre-approved organizations. Now, if your learning organization or your service learning organization is not in this section here, you're going to hit organization not listed. It will pop up that your organization must be approved before your hours can be earned. So you're just going to hit OK. You're going to put an organization name. That didn't come up correctly. Once you put the organization name, you'll have to enter all of this information about the organization. So this is if you are creating a new organization that is not already in the pre-approved list. Then you would just hit save here. That would basically save it and make it look like this Domino's Pizza one, okay? It will say, like I had mentioned, it is pending approval. So this is not an approved organization yet. You will be notified when your organization is approved, and then when it is approved, you will be able to log those hours for that organization, okay? Same thing I just went over here. Keep an eye, pre-approved organizations are in that list. If it is not approved, you will have to add a new one and you will have to wait for it to be approved to log your hours. Again, please wait for approval. You cannot log your hours if the organization is not approved. Now, when you enter new service learning hours, you are basically going to click on your organization here on the left and then go to service learning log. This is where you can add a new log entry, okay? Once you do that, all of this information on the bottom will pop up and you'll be asked to include a description of your service learning log again. In our demo account, it will show you a little bit of that. So if I wanted to add some hours to this approved organization, I would add a new log entry. I would put the date, I'd put the times that I was there, and my service description. Then I would hit save record. Now, you can now add bulk hours. So the thing with that is you do need a letter from whatever organization you are at. With all of this information, your supervisor needs to sign it and approve that you have done the hours. They need to include all of that information in the letter, and then you will need to upload it to Aries yourself. So students are the ones, if you have bulk hours, if you have completed 15, 20 hours at a certain organization, you are going to need to get a letter. If you want to put it in bulk, instead of entering all of the hours individually, you will put it in bulk on your Aries account, but you will need to upload that letter that you received from your organization. You are responsible for doing all of that as the student. Now, something about this is you do need to add a new log entry with the date and time of your first day of work. And then you will be able to have an upload option. If you add a new log entry, you don't automatically get that upload option. So you need to add your first day of work into here, and then you would hit upload, choose some sort of file. You can put a caption as your organization and however many hours you've done, and then you hit upload. It will look something like this, that you have an uploaded file right there. So that is how you would enter your bulk hours. You do not have to enter them bulk. You can do them one by one if you want, but it is just an option for those who have done, multiple hours at one organization. Another thing about service learning hours. So there's going to be an area right here on your log. You need to hit graduation requirement and student, okay? There's going to be drop downs. If you do not list that, it will not add to your total hours. So keep that in mind. You do need to hit graduation requirement and you need to hit student, or it will not add to your total hours. Your hours will likely also get denied if you do not hit those. This is more going over how to add bulk hours. Again, this PowerPoint is going to be on our website, and I went over it on our demo Aries account, so you can refer back to this. If you're missing the add new log entry, it's maybe because you're logged in with a parent's account or a non-Lammersville user. So please just make sure you're doing this through your school account, or you can run into some errors. Another thing is if your organization was approved not within the same school year, you may have to re-enter that organization. Again, you're going to want to wait for approval on all of this. Please be patient because it does take time to go through all of the students and call all supervisors. Some new information regarding hours. Students can now submit hours in bulk. I went over how to do that. It will also be posted on our website. Fostering animals, that's not something that's going to be accepted for community service hours. And students do need to find a nonprofit organization to complete their hours at. So students cannot create their own nonprofit and they cannot be their own supervisor. There's also some troubleshooting common errors that you will see at the end of these slides that you can go to if something is not working out with your Aries account. One last thing I want to go over is our counseling website. So we have, if you go to counseling home, there's a community service tab. It gives what I was mentioning, the justserve.org link for opportunities. And it gives information on tracking. I will post this new video here. This is a login to the Aries portal for when you do need to log your hours. And there's also instructions for logging hours if you don't want to listen to a video and you would rather read through it, along with some troubleshooting. Keep in mind, deadlines will vary year to year. You can anticipate end of March to early April to be deadlines for putting service hours into Aries. And then there's some acceptable and not acceptable guidelines for your service hours. Keep in mind that some things were added to this, so definitely take a look at that. Main things are you can't foster your own animal, and you cannot create your own nonprofit, and your supervisor cannot be your own parent, okay? Definitely take a look at all of this. I'm going to end the video here so that I can get this posted online. Our counselor information is on the website if you have any questions after this video. We don't necessarily approve or deny hours, but we'd be happy to help you guys enter them in if you need the help. Thank you.